Good morning. Welcome to Memories from Screen and Stage. Storytelling, whether on stage, on screen, or in written memoirs, technology, that's okay, has the power to connect us with our collective past, challenge our perspectives, and inspire action. Today we gather not just to celebrate the art of performing arts, but also to dwell into lived experiences behind it, the struggles, the triumphs, and the indelible memories that shape an artist's journey. As Oscar Wilde so eloquently put it, I regard the theatre as the greatest of all art forms and the most immediate way in which human beings can share with another the sense of what it is to be a human being. The sentiment resonates deeply with me as a curator of the Royal Opera House. It is with this rich tradition of theatre and storytelling we find ourselves here discussing two remarkable memoirs, both published by Penguin Random House. Together, Mr. Raina, Ila Arun ji, Anjula Bedi ji will embody a shared philosophy that the stage and screen are not just platforms for entertainment, but powerful tools for cultural preservation, social change, and creative evolution. We are fortunate to have these veterans of the performing arts with us here today, so let's go behind the scenes with them. I'm going to start with you, Mr. Raina. Your memoir, Before I Forget, chronicles a lifetime of experiences that is as much personal as a reflection of India's socio-political landscape. Could you share what finally compelled you to take up the pen during the pandemic and how revisiting some of the transformational moments has shaped the thematic of your book?
Thank you. You see, normally theatre people are supposed to be only coming on stage, acting, directing plays. But most of the people don't realize that a lot of our own personal experiences go into shaping our work, what we do. And I looked back at myself and I realized, am I a fortunate or the unfortunate person who lands at a situation or a location when the things have just happened? And those are the things, to me, they have been big blows on the India's post-independent democracy, which has shaped and turned the tides of our historical thinking. The way we are today, polarized, and the seeds of this have been sown decades back. So I looked at, as an involved person in that, whether it was 84 riots, whether it's Kashmir, whether it is Manipur or Punjab, I happened to be there, so I thought that I need to register or underline this, that whatever work you might have seen of mine in my theatre work has the, the seeds and the background of the personal experience myself.
Wonderful. I'll come back to that. Ila Arun ji, Parde Ke Peechhey is a deeply personal narrative that provides the readers with an unfiltered glimpse into your life. Can you share your journey of writing the book, the challenges of revisiting certain memories, and what made Anjula ji your perfect collaborator?
देखिए ऐसा है, मैं हिंदी में बात करूंगी. ताली बजाइए, क्योंकि मेरे जयपुर वाले भी बैठे और अंग्रेजी मेरी अच्छी नहीं है. तो पर्दे के पीछे है कि मैंने गाना गाया था चोली के पीछे. वो मेरी ज़िंदगी का सिग्नेचर ट्यून बन गया. जो देखो वही कह रहा था ये चोली के पीछे जा रही है, ये चोली के पीछे. जब मैंने किताब लिखी तब लोगों ने मुझे ये कहा कि इसका टाइटल, शायद पेंगुइन ने भी कहा, मिली माफ़ करना, कि चोली के पीछे रखो तो बिकेगा. मैंने कहा जी नहीं, मैं बताना चाहती हूँ लोगों को कि जो गाना गा रही थी वो एक इंसिडेंटल था, आइटम था चोली के पीछे. चोली के पीछे क्या है, वो कौन सा व्यक्ति है जिसने ज़िंदगी भर पर्दे के पीछे काम किया है, जिसने लिखा है, नाटक किया है, रविंद्र मंच से शुरू किया, पृथ्वी थिएटर पे गए, आपके रॉयल ओपेरा पे गए, एनसीपीए में गए. तो व्यक्ति के पीछे क्या है ये जानना बहुत ज़रूरी है. चोली के पीछे तो गा दिया. ये हमारा एमके भी जो था ना, नहीं कहूँगी आज, इज अ गुड फ्रेंड, तो वो भी कह रहे थे तुम क्या, तुम्हारा क्या हो गया इला, तुम चोली के पीछे गाती हो. आई सेड नहीं यार, ये तो एक कमाने का जरिया है. चोली बनाई, टेलर थे उसके, सुभाष गई, और इट फिटेड सो वेल कि आजकल वो दलजीत क्या, वो भी, उसको भी फिट हो रही है क्रू में.
बुक के बारे में बात,
तो आप किताब नहीं, बुक के ही बारे में. तो यहाँ से पर्दे के पीछे का टाइटल आया। और किताब जो है वो मेरी ज़िंदगी का कोई संघर्ष नहीं है। मेरी किताब रोमांस से भरी है। अपने ऊपर पे मैं हंसी हूँ। लोगों ने जो इंस्पायर किया है वो मुझे बहुत मैंने किताब में ढाला है। मैं कोई पॉलिटिकल स्टेटमेंट करती नहीं। जो विषय मुझे आकर्षित करता है, ह्यूमन और ख़ास तौर से औरतों की आवाज़ अगर मैं गाने में भी बनी तो औरतों की आवाज़ में पर्दे के पीछे भी बनी। उन औरतों की भी जो पर्दे में रहती हैं, उन औरतों की भी जो ज़िंदगी में बूढ़ी हैं, जवान हैं, कोई भी। क्योंकि मैं औरत हूँ इसलिए मैंने प्लेस भी लिखे और इसलिए मैंने उन्हें अडेप्ट भी किया। और यही कारण था कि मन में तो मैं लिखती रहती थी, पर एक दिन जब कोविड आया, सबको शायद तभी ये हुआ, तो तब मुझे लगा कि पेंगुइन ने मुझसे कहा कि आप लिखें। और आप पूछ रहे हैं कि अंजुला जी कैसे हैं, तो कल ये बात आपके जावेद भाई अतुल ने भी कहा था, वही बात मैं कह रही हूँ कि वेद व्यास से जब ब्रह्मा जी ने कहा कि भाई तुमसे ज़्यादा कोई अच्छा महाभारत जानता नहीं है और तुम उसके पात्र भी हो तो तुम ही लिखो, तो वेद व्यास ने कहा कि देखिए मेरी लिखावट अच्छी नहीं है और मेरी त्रुटियां हैं, तो कोई अच्छा आदमी ढूंढते। तो उन्होंने गणेश जी को ढूंढा, पर गणेश जी पे ये शर्त लगाई कि मेरे हिसाब से तुम विट को, कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी को, सबको वैसा का वैसा रखोगे। तो पेंगुइन इज़ माई ब्रह्मा जी एंड अंजुला बेदी जी इज़ माई गणेश जी। मैंने सिर्फ जो कहानी लिखी थी, क्योंकि मैं हिंदी में लिखती हूँ, वो अंजुला जी ने उसको बहुत खूबसूरत तरीके से अंग्रेजी में लिखा।
Wonderful. Anjula ji, moving to languages, you work both in Hindi and English, not just as a writer, but a translator, an editor. The title of the book, as Ila ji has mentioned, is in Hindi, the book is in English. So what role does language play in your writing, and do you see how do you see language shaping storytelling? And then please read a few lines from Curtain Raiser.
Okay. Well, I think because I feel that Indians are all bilingual, so for us it's not difficult to move from one language into another. We don't even realize that we are switching from one language to another. Those people who have a third language are even luckier. They can switch from one language to any other language that they want. So it was just natural that I think I would write, and I'm also in theater and in now films. Now they are using both Hindi and English. So this is like Hinglish, I would imagine. And we decided that we'd have the title in English, and Penguin agreed to that, though we wanted to change it to Curtain Ke Peechhey. I mean, what is behind the curtain doesn't sound as good as Parde Ke Peechhey. And I think language, as far as we are concerned, is, for me and for Ila also, it's like a stream of consciousness. So you talk and you express yourself in whichever language comes or whatever word comes to you at that point. So I think language is not a barrier, switching from one language to another. In fact, it's a great, great asset. Because now, when I'm writing in English or I'm referring to Hindi or Urdu, I can actually quote from other languages also. And sometimes when I've not been able to find the right word, I have not even translated it. Sorry, Ila, which she probably knows. So I think that kind of liberty we can take with language. And in India especially, I think it's a great asset to be a writer because you can move from one language into another.
Wonderful.
You have to read the Curtain Raiser.
Oh, okay. Curtain Raiser, this is the reason why she wrote the book. As I walked into a room at the National School of Drama, where I was doing a short-term course, a gentleman from the group gathered there said to me, out of the blue in Bengali, "Ma, tum stage par aakhri saans lega." I did not know then that this was the renowned director, Ritvik Ghatak. Being a newcomer, I was a little taken aback. And over the years, I recall his words with fondness and give thanks to his amazing intuition. For most of us actors, waiting in the wings, behind the curtain, is the most exhilarating part of our lives. The world is obliterated, and we are one with our roles and the words we have been rehearsing for months. Then the curtain goes up, and we are on display to do or die. But others too live behind curtains, a curtain that never really exposes them. And that perhaps is the actor's role, to draw the curtain aside and bring the shortcomings of society center stage. I had just completed a short-term course at the NSD When I was leaving, Ibrahim Al-Qazi, the godfather to most actors and directors of the time, advised me to join a 3-year drama course with a diploma. I hesitatingly told him that my family would not allow that. And in response, his words were, "All right then, just go and sit at home and produce 7 daughters like your mother did." I was stunned beyond words. But I took that up as a challenge. And years later, when I had my own theatre group, I met Al-Qazi Saab at an art exhibition in Mumbai. I went up to him and said, this is the problem, that I went up to him and said, "Sir, I have only 1 daughter, but I've given birth to a theatre group and 10 plays." He gave me his quizzical smile and nodded his head. So she is now going on with theatre, and she's hoping that Ritvik Ghatak's prophecy comes true. "माँ, तुम आखिरी सांस स्टेज पर लेगा."
जो मैं करना चाहती हूँ पर कुणाल कपूर पृथ्वी पे डेट नहीं देता है. If he gives me date, I really want to die on stage.
Okay, you only go to Kunal for that. I don't come to me or Bruce sitting out there. MK, you know, in the opening lines of your memoir, you describe yourself as the child of India's socialism. How did your personal experiences in Kashmir, particularly during the cordial and the upheaval, shape your identity as an artist and your perspective on India's socialist ideas?
Well, this line has sort of caught up. Everybody is asking me, why did you write this line? I think we have changed India. I see the India today path has gone in a different direction, and I had to write this line because still the millions and millions of Indians who live in the countryside or in the small Mufassal towns do not get the same privileges that today the cities get it, because I, person like me, could not have been the journey I have from my school days to college, nice school of drama, going abroad, Stanford or University of Hawaii, Chicago, everywhere, had not my state, my Kashmir state, right from the 1947 given us the privilege of education free for every citizen. That was it. We could, ordinary person, there were first generation people who were going to schools. That was it. And then scholarships. I came to National School of Drama because of my state told me, we are giving you the scholarship and you go and study there. And today it is, even drama school today, I see they have made recipes of 7-day course in acting, playwriting, 10 years, 3 months or something, and they're trying to make money, 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 money. I don't think they are making minds. Our problem today is that we think computer and Google is going to give us the knowledge. Sir, it's only giving the information, it's not giving you the knowledge. That's why I think I still look at that people and poorest of the poor people can go to school the way I went to the school. I got the best teachers and got the best principal who was one of the legendary poets of Kashmir, was guiding my path and writing plays for us. That's why I don't see that happening now in the country, because we are polarized today. We are Hindu, Muslim, he's low caste, her caste, and people die, they are numbers. We don't care a damn as long as my personal life is good and let nation go the way it looks. That is where I think I recall that we need to go back to the principles of giving education, health, and everything to everybody. In fact, it becomes like a political statement, isn't it? But yes, that's how theatre people think.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing. Ilaji, you speak very passionately about theatre being a temple rather than a stepping stone to big screen. What drives this loyalty and reverence you hold for theatre?
See, I got glued to theatre from Jaipur, and I also owe it to my school like you, Maharaja Multipurpose High Secondary School, जिन्होंने मुझे multipurpose ही बना दिया. So, and then of course education also, and we were exposed because Delhi was close to Jaipur, exposed to good theatre.
Why do you call your theatre temple? He's asking.
I understood it very well. So I call it temple क्योंकि मेरे लिए थिएटर एक जिंदगी है, एक मंदिर है, क्योंकि मैं थिएटर में वो बात करना चाहती हूँ, वो पात्र जीना चाहती हूँ जो जीवन में मेरे इर्द गिर्द हैं. आई एम ए इमोशनल पर्सन. मैं थिएटर के विंग से लेके, और जब मैंने थिएटर शुरू किया था तब मैं जब पहुंची और मुझे जेनिफर ने कहा कि तुम अपना कुछ करके दिखाओ, उस समय मुझे भी याद है कि मैं रेलगाड़ी से जाती थी चर्च गेट सिर्फ इसलिए कि मुझे अपने मंदिर को बनाना था, और वहाँ कला से अच्छा कोई भगवान होता नहीं है. जो कुछ भी कहना है कला के माध्यम से कहिए, वही आपका गॉड है, वही आपको विभिन्न पात्रों को जीने का मौका देता है. इसलिए चाहे वो पोस्टर हो, चाहे वो थिएटर के टिकट बेचना को, आज भी कंडीशन अच्छी नहीं हुई है थिएटर की, आज भी स्पॉन्सर हमारे पास नहीं है, बट मेरे लिए थिएटर टेम्पल है, गोल्फ नहीं है. इट्स नॉट एन एक्सपेंसिव हॉबी, इट इज़ वेयर वी वर्शिप बिकॉज इट गिव्स अस ए विजडम टू एड्रेस योर ओन सोसाइटी. And society means charity begins at home. My plays are for husband, wife also, for senior citizens also, for child also. And so theatre for me is a temple.
Wonderful. Anjula ji, just to echo their sentiment, how do we instill this philosophy in the younger generation, the next generation who have this sort of passion that you all have for theatre? Or do they have it? That question.
Well, yes, they do have passion for theatre, Asad, but the problem is that doesn't get them any money. So you have to go back to either advertising or films, and now they've got such a lot of platforms, OTT and all these. So yes, I think a lot of people would like to do theatre. I think you agree with me probably, MK, or no? No? So the thing is that I think they do, but they do not have a choice. And we have a lot of very enthusiastic people who come to us. But unfortunately, it's like a stepping stone to something in the films or in where they can make money. But I think you can't ignore that either. Yes, there is a philosophy of theatre. I think many of them, I can't say all of them, many of them have let us down also, theatre people. And it's a good discipline. One of the best disciplines, I think, is theatre. To make you realize there's teamwork, there is writing, there's reading. You have to read, you have to do research, you have to get in the skin of the character you're playing, and you become observant. You have to notice people around you, what's happening around you, and you have to enact that. So you live many lives. As a theatre actor, you live many lives. And I think it's an education in that also, psychologically, intellectually, discipline-wise, and emotionally, I think.
Wonderful, thank you. Raina, MK, your account of Safdar Hashmi's tragic death and the formation of SAHMAT illustrates how the power of collective cultural resistance. Through your efforts like Halla Bol or National Street Day Theatre, you and your peers transformed grief into a powerful act of self-defiance. How do you perceive the role of theatre and performance art in the form of protest?
You see, I look at it as a cultural action. When the two live wires of electricity lines are insulated, that is theatre. It does avoid and does not let you have sparks. When you see sparks in theatre, that is SAHMAT is one of the post-independent India's after IPTA. The best experiment of 36 years, what we have been doing, not only using theatre, using all forms of culture, whether it's poetry, photography, filmmaking, activism, street theatre, all kinds of cultural forms. We use traditional forms to remind people two things we have done. One is, we forget that we are a diverse society. We're a multi-religious, multi-caste, multi-ethnic, a great, great country. And if there is only going to be made one highway that everybody has to walk on that, we will resist it. That is what SAHMAT does. We remind people from 2,000 years of India's culture, a diverse culture, give examples by performances, by all kinds of expression we use, the mediums we use, is to tell us we have to defend our multiple streams of India's secular culture. it is in danger. That is what SAHMAT has been doing for the last 36 years.
Wonderful. Ilaji, you all in 1982, you co-founded with Anjula ji, Surnai Theatre Surnai Folk Art Foundation, which has become a powerful, soulful voice for meaningful theatre in Hindi. What inspired you to start this? And reflecting on almost 4 decades of your journey, what challenges and opportunities do Hindi theatre continue to face today? Opportunities also.
The thing is, when we formed this foundation, we decided we'll do some original work, not repeat what NSD had already done, and connect with the audience. So the plays what we wrote were original, and we adapted. I have adapted myself 10 plays, and for last 10 to 12 years we are doing Henrik Ibsen because it supports women's voice. Again and again I'm saying women's voice because in music I celebrate and dance and enjoy women's spirit. But when we say women's voice needs a support, which Ibsen gave me. So a lot of difficulties came. And again, you'll say, don't talk about Choli. First, when we were talking, we were doing thought-provoking plays. Only 7% used to come because nobody interested to see a good thought-provoking play. And thanks to Choli, afterwards, 200 people started coming. Once they started coming inside, then they had no way to go out, and they realized that the theatre is the medium to address to the society. That's why theatre is important. Challenges are to get funds. We have been surviving without any government support for last 40 years, 42 years. And we have a beggar's bowl ready. Whenever we do any play, we start supporting to the advertising people, if they can give. Sometimes they say, no, we don't support theatre, you sing your songs. So to do a good theatre, we need good auditoriums, many auditoriums in India as well as in Jaipur, and the government support, which is not happening. That's a challenge. And audience is not coming. Audience is going to malls, audience is eating burger, spending 1,000 rupees, but they are not ready to spend 300 rupees for our 4 months labor of work. So that's the challenge.
So there's an education problem to teach people the value of theatre.
Yeah, I'm not saying they're uneducated, but they
but
all...
as in educating the value of
arts. But the theatre is a live experience, and they must respect it.
Sure.
They must respect it for 3 hours. Actors are, rehearsing for, say, 4 months or 1 year, and they come and without any retake, they perform. So my book is actually not all about theatre. It's about films, about music, about...
We're coming to that.
Yeah. But the thing is, Ibsen, I think Anjula ji should read.
Yeah, I was coming to that also. Yeah. But so let me start with that. What was your fascination with Ibsen? And, we had the pleasure of staging Pichha Karte Parchaya, which is Ibsen's Ghost translation, at the Opera House. So what drew you to his work?
As I said, I have been saying Ibsen was a very, very convenient vehicle for me to address my society, especially women. And when, I think it was 12 years back, Nisar, when he approached me, he wanted me to adapt. It was a women director, and women only were supposed to adapt. When he asked me to direct, I was very much nervous because I was not a director till then. And my dearest friend, K.K. Raina, he encouraged me. He said, go ahead, I am behind you. So I adapted. In search of a good script, I started reading Henrik Ibsen. And I realized that India, you might not agree because there are a lot of Shakespeare people here. I think in India, women need Ibsen more than Shakespeare. So I glued to Ibsen because he supported the voice of women. Doll's House ले लीजिए, Hedda Gabler ले लीजिए, Lady from the Sea ले लीजिए. और फिर I have adapted Peer Gynt also, which is...
Can we hear?
Yeah, so she will say why I'm in love with a dead person.
Yeah. Short dead person.
Ila now for the last 10 years has been in love with Henrik Ibsen. It's a strange love because not only Henrik Ibsen, she falls in love very easily also, but this is a love that has lasted for a long time. She has fallen in love with ghodewalas, shikarawalas,
All from
all
Kashmir.
kinds of people in Kashmir also. So she's an emotional
But
person.
I
but
see
this-
less Kashmir in Indian theatre. In any case, excepting MK Raina. I'm sorry. I see bad films of Kashmir, accusing Kashmir of all kinds of things. Lousy films.
Okay, okay.
Kashmir is not being represented at all because they don't know that state.
Okay,
is
we'll
my
come back to you.
assertion. Very strong. I take strong objection to this.
Okay, okay, we'll come back to you.
Let's continue reading.
So this is when she first did, she'd done Lady from the Sea first, then she did Peer Gynt. My tryst with Ibsen carried on with the adaptation of the performance of Peer Gynt as Peer Ghani. The play was set in Kashmir of the 1980s, when the youth of Kashmir lost their way and joined the jihadis or militants who brainwashed them into believing that their future lay only in militancy and martyrdom. This was very well received in 2017. I was invited to share my experiences at the Lillehammer Theatre Festival in Norway. It happened to be the 150th year of the performance of Peer Gynt, and the focus was on India. I was obsessed with Ibsen, the love of my life. They took me to Gaul, the place where Ibsen was inspired to write Peer Gynt. Peer Gynt is as familiar to the Norwegians as Arjun is to us, a character both real and the hero of a folklore. I traveled over the fjords and valleys with him, and I started understanding the character, his compulsions, and his language. I also decided that the best way to understand Ibsen was to follow in his footsteps, literally and figuratively. So she was invited to a performance also at the Lillehammer Festival, and she performed one of the leading Ibsen actors, Kari Conradi. So this is her experience there. It was raining there, and there were lakes on both sides and at every step. I was haunted by thoughts of Ibsen. Lillehammer is a hill station where the Winter Olympics were held in 1994. It was time for rehearsals with renowned theatre actor Kari Conradi, and the same evening, we performed a scene from Peer Gynt before an audience of 2,000. The spirit of Ibsen was surely with us, as Kari, as Peer Gynt, appeared on stage speaking in Norwegian, while I, as Asi, his mother, addressed him in Hindi. It was a magical moment for all of us. And for the audience too. Words cannot describe the emotions that carried us through, and indeed, words were not needed. Art has no language, and this collaboration proved that. We got a standing ovation, and we were wordless with wonder. So
I will like to continue one thing with your permission. एक्टर कभी सीधा नहीं बैठता है, तो मैं आपसे छोटी सी बात करना चाहती हूँ कि कार्य के साथ जब मैंने ये सीन किया था, कार्य नॉर्वेजियन में बात कर रहे थे एज ए सन, और मैं हिंदी में बात कर रही थी, और एक्टिंग हुई, और दोनों में वही संबंध था जो एक माँ और बेटे का होना चाहिए. मैंने प्ले को अडेप्ट किया कश्मीर में. मैं वो छोटा सा सीन, क्योंकि कल मैंने मिस किया था, शायद डेविड हैडर ने ये कहा था, इट इज़ वेरी डिफ़िकल्ट टू गेट इनटू समबडीज बॉडी फॉर एन एक्टर. तो मेरे लिए दो बॉडीज़ में घुसना था, एक था नॉर्वे की, और फिर मैंने अडेप्ट किया था कश्मीर में, और वो भी मुस्लिम औरत. जब वहाँ पे प्ले हुआ था नॉर्वे में, तो मरते हुए पियर गिंट कहता है कि देखो मैं इतना अमीर हो गया हूँ, उदाहरण के तौर पे मैं इंद्रलोक में तुम्हें ले जाऊंगा, मैं तुम्हें सूर्या वूर्या दिखाऊंगा, पर मैंने उलट दिया सब कुछ. क्योंकि इब्सन एक बचपन में बहुत शैतान लड़का होता है, बाद में वो एक मदरलैंड को कैसे हर्ट करता है, जब कश्मीरी एडेप्टेशन हुआ, या मदर को कैसे हर्ट करता है, वो उस बात को मैंने बताया. तो वो मैं थोड़ा सा सीन पढ़ना चाहती हूँ कि इब्सन अमीर हो चुका है, दुबई उबई में है, और सोने के बटन के साथ आया है, और यहाँ पर उसकी जो माँ है वो मरने वाली है, तो वो अपना शो ऑफ करता है कि देखिए मेरे ये सोने के बटन देखो माँ. तो वो कहती है, माँ इसके सारे बटन किसने चुराए? चुराए नहीं, तूने अपनी लापरवाही से गवाए. वो 7 बटन चांदी के थे या सोने के? तूने कोई ऐसा काम नहीं किया फ़कीर ज़ादे जो तू कहलाता अल्लाह के प्यारे शहज़ादे। वो 7 बटन क्या है माँ? आई रैंग अप माई दोस्त मुस्लिम फ्रेंड नसीम, उससे पूछा कि कुरान में क्या हिदायतें हैं जो मैं बटन में डाल दूँ। तो वो कहती है वो 7 बटन हैं, वो 7 बटन हैं, खुद मुख्तारी, वफादारी, परहेजगारी, ईमानदारी, ईमानदारी, खुशखल्की, अदब और सब्र। जब अल्लाह ताला का बुलावा आता है तो उसके कहे पे उसका खिदमतगार आता है और आदमी को ठोक बजा कर देखता है, फिर उसकी रूह का बटन बनाता है, तब कहीं जाकर उसको कब्र में दबाता है, उसकी लाश को कब्र में। तू अरे अम्मी मुझे डरा मत, मेरा क्या होगा? तू बड़ा चालाक है, उसे भी तू बातों में झुठला देगा हरामजादे। अम्मी तू मुझे बार बार हरामजादे क्यों कहती है? अम्मी मैं तुझे इसलिए कहती हूँ हरामजादे फ़कीरज़ादे, ताकि तुझे नज़र ना लगे मेरे प्यारे शहज़ादे। अच्छा अम्मी तू बस मुझे वो लोरी सुना दे जो तू बचपन में मुझे गा के सुनाती है। तो वो गाती है, बीसते ब्रारो खुद को वन तोर क्यों बोलू तू बाबरेपन सुख मत तोरवत कोतर बीठी मारकन जुन चाय गिंदान तारकन दुजुम चाय संदान तारकन, and she dies.
Thank you for that. We've lost a panelist, but
Why has he gone?
I think you have to have a conversation with him. But just to continue, I think we
Listen,
want to take
we
a few...
shouldn't have lost him one thing, because
one sec, we
the
need to
play
do
is
some
my
audience
book
questions.
my book is about my life.
Yep.
And if I'm enacting, I think he shouldn't be an annoyed person.
No,
he
he's not
should be
annoyed.
sitting there.
So we have about 10 minutes left. Before we open it to audience questions, maybe I'll just ask you all one question.
And I was not here to just talk about theatre. It's a Parde Ke Peechhey, my life.
Wonderful.
I think MK has done a wrong thing.
All right. So why don't we just open it up to questions and I'll sum it up after. Do we have a mic outside there? Yeah. Anybody? In the first row? Yeah. Just keep the questions really short, guys.
Good morning, Ila ma'am. It's really good to see you here. Your voice has a distinct folk essence that resonates deeply with audiences. How did you develop a unique singing style? Thank you so much.
Well, I learned it from, the musicians and the singers are all over Rajasthan. They are our inspiration. I learned it from the workers who used to come to our place to clean the grain. And also I have given the credit to my servant who used to take me to school, Raghunath. He used to sing and with a loud voice. That's why my singing has got a lot of manliness, because the Rajasthan has got music all over.
And it's also, you weren't originally encouraged to sing, right?
Yeah, my family thought that I had another sister who had a very thin and a nice voice, and they thought she is a singer, and I have a moti awaz. So they always used to say, "Arey halla mat bachao, halla mat bachao." But then when I came here, when we went for Mandi, and in Mandi we used to travel to, in bus. This is Shabana and all, they thought that we used to play Antakshri. They thought that I have a voice, and she recommended me to Mahesh Bhatt. And then Mahesh Bhatt gave me the first chance.
Oh, yeah. Wonderful. Another question I saw in this third row.
Ma'am, as you said, like music की बात शुरू ही हो गई है and your book is beyond theatre about music too. So उससे related question है specifically for Vote for Ghangra. That's my favorite song. Ma'am, आज के time में जैसे rap songs बहुत चलते हैं like Honey Singh है, बादशाह है, but you wrote this song 25 years back and we still tune to it. So how did you write it? And if I can request to sing two songs for us.
I will
Ma'am,
not
please.
sing. This song "Vote for Ghagra" was actually a 7-minute song, and first time a Rajasthani rap happened. और मैं कहना चाहती थी जब ईव टीजिंग हुआ था कि गांव की औरत जो घाघरा पहनती है उसको कमज़ोर मत समझना, वो उसका वस्त्र नहीं है, वो उसका शस्त्र है. तो रैप ऐसा थी मैं खेत में खड़ी खा रही थी ककड़ी हूँ कि लाल पकड़ी जो हमारी बाँ पकड़ी मैंने गुस्सा गणवाया उन्हें मारी लकड़ी उन्हें मुछा गनाई मैंने आँखा दिखाई चोरी क्यों अकड़ी क्यों मारी लकड़ी बोली मैं सुन और लाल पकड़ी थी मैं खेत में खड़ी खा रही थी ककड़ी तूने बाँ पकड़ी मैंने मारी लकड़ी. तो वहाँ से ये रैप हुआ. और फिर ये बात जाते जाते गांव की वो जो छोरी है वो कैसे दिल्ली पहुंचती है, कैसे प्रेस वाले आते हैं, कैसे क्या कहते हैं आपके पॉलिटिशियंस आते हैं, जैसे फूलन देवी नहीं बन गई, उसको कहा कि इसको टिकट दो, इन्हें टिकट दिलाओ, इन्हें मंत्री बनाओ, चुनाव चिन्ह घाघरा ने बनाओ, वोट फॉर घाघरा, वोट फॉर घाघरा, वोट फॉर घाघरा, वोट फॉर घाघरा.
Thank you so much, ma'am. You are a legacy for us. Thank you.
I think there are some at the back. The lady next to her. Yep.
Hi, ma'am. I'm your big fan. And I want to tell you that I learned dance on your song the first time when I started learning dance. My question is that you have transformed your journey in different ways. You start from the grassroots level, then you become a singer, and then famous actor also. So which transformation you like most of yourself in your journey? The actor, the singer, or the other part? The creativity you have done, the return and everything.
See, I sing when I act, and I act when I sing. And both of them need sur and expression. So folk music has helped me to express myself, and acting has taught me how and where you observe people and use the emotion in your singing. Yesterday, Javed bhai was saying कि बहुत ट्रेंड भी सिंगर होता है ना, अगर उसके अंदर इमोशन नहीं होता है तो फिर वो बिल्कुल समझिए बिल्कुल गा रहा होता है. पर कनेक्टिविटी, लिविंग द लिरिक्स, living the emotion of the woman or whatever it is, the song it is very important. And both of them have helped me.
The lady at the back.
कहाँ पे? हाँ खड़ी जौहरी जी कहाँ हैं?
नमस्ते मैम. मेरी दादी मम्मा और मैं खुद भी आपके वो जो रेशम का रुमाल गाना है ना उस पे डांस करते हुए आए हैं. आई वुड बी वेरी ग्रेटफुल अगर आप वो एक बार गा दे प्लीज़.
मैं बजा दूंगी और जितने लोग डांस कर रहे थे वो उस पर डांस कर दें. बजा
Yes,
दीजिए,
ma'am.
बजा दीजिए प्लीज रेशम का रुमाल अगर है तो.
नहीं, just we have short of time, so.
Let them dance for a second. ये राजस्थान के लोग
got the
हैं.
music?
है क्या?
आप गाइए ना.
गा रहे है रेशम का आ गया. मेरे माँ दल्ली का सुरमा लगा के अरे कम ऑन डांस. रेशम का रूमाल गले पे डाल के तुम आ जान दिलदार मेरे माँ दल्ली का सुरमा लगा के अरे. वेरी गुड, थैंक यू. रेशम का थैंक यू.
Wow, this is a different kind of a panel. We're going to just take one more last question. The lady in the yellow at the back.
Yeah, Jora ji. Yeah, somebody is there.
नमस्कार ईला मैम एंड आई एम अ बिग फैन. आपने जो ये गाना चला है रेशम का, ये मेरा बचपन का पहला गाना था व्हेन आई स्टार्टेड डांसिंग एंड यू हैव बीन अ बैचमेट ऑफ माय मदर इन लॉ, सो इट्स अ प्लेजर सीइंग यू हियर ऑन स्टेज. एंड द सेकंड थिंग, you are a timeless beauty. And one more thing I would just want to ask, what is one thing that keeps you like this, moving on with the same spirit, with the same zeal till death?
It is the audience. Generally, it is the audience. When the young people come and they say they are dancing or they just talk with me, I feel energetic. 3 generations. That's... Yeah, Johra ji, last question, Johra ji. Yes? Give her a mic. पर अल्बर्ट पिंटो को गुस्सा क्यों आया?
Thank you.
पता नहीं.
I'm amazed.
We'll come to that.
Thank you so much. बड़ी मुश्किल से माइक मिला है. I just wanted to
मुझे भी.
आपने तो बहुत बोला. हाँ.
Thank you so much, Ila ji, for sharing with us your not. Hello.
Coming.
Thank you so much, Ila ji, for sharing your natakon ka sohana safar, as you call it. And your passion comes through in the book on every page, and I must congratulate your co-author for translating it so perfectly.
Thank you.
So
I'm her Ganesh ji, so you see.
I just want to take the liberty of repeating a few words. I prance and I pirouette around the stage, unmindful of my surroundings. I'm out of control, just like the sea or swimming pool beckons you to take a dip. So the sight of my listeners turns me into a singer possessed. I am obsessed by my work and forget everything once the program starts. You also said that wherever you go, you like to sing in the language, the local language. Can you share with us 1 or 2 experiences of how the audience reacted when you spoke?
Since the
in their
time is
language?
less, I'll just tell you, wherever I go, not only I choose one song of that country or that state, I also buy the costumes. With the result, one of my flat is only full of these costumes, you know. And I sang once, and she is a witness, in Bhutan, मीठो लागे. और जब मैंने गाया, तो 16 साल के लड़कों ने सलमान की तरह से कमीज उतार दी. And they started dancing. Similarly, it happened in Armenia when I sang their song. So that is how you connect with them. You know, वो आपका गाना सुनते हैं, उन्होंने आपको यहाँ तक पहुँचा दिया, उन्होंने इतना प्यार दिया, क्या मैं एक गाना उनके लिए नहीं सीख सकती हूँ, तो वो मैं सीखी.
Wonderful. And as we wrap up, just to apologize, the idea was not to disrespect any of the authors or the writers and speakers on this panel. This panel was about 2 wonderful memoirs of theatre practitioners and their journey. These are wonderful, inspiring books that also show their perseverance and their struggle. And it's there for future generations to inspire them to continue their practice in theatre and for you, film and music. The authors will be signing books, so you should get your book and get it signed. Thank you for being a great audience, and I'm sure it was an entertaining discussion. Ila ji, congratulations to you and Anjula ji for this wonderful
And
book.
I must say, MK's book is also fantastic. No, I mean it is a very dear friend, पर ये उनको जन्म से प्रॉब्लम है, उनको गुस्सा बहुत आता है. तो उनका है Before I Forget. Please, he will be signing. He's a very dear friend, so he'll be signing his books. आप आइए वहाँ पे उनकी किताब को ऑनर करिए.
Thank you.